Alright, hello there and welcome back. So in the previous video we used this circuit to look at what happens in a voltage divider, and we also took a look at how to define parameters and use them as values for particular components on your circuit. And I promised that I was going to show you how you can use another directive to sweep through different values for the same component without necessarily having to edit your circuit. And so welcome to that video. Right, so we defined this param. We said R2's value is equal to 5k, right? Now what happens if we want to know what the output is going to be if R2 is, let's say, 10k or 15k or 20k? Do we have to manually edit this parameter, set it to 10k, 15k, 20k and resimulate each time? And the answer is no, because there is a directive for that, and that's what we're going to learn about. So to let the simulation sweep through a list of values for a particular component, you use another directive, and that directive is .step. Okay, so you say .step and then you give it param. So basically it should step through a parameter. What's the parameter? Parameter is R2 val, and I want it to be a list of 10k, 15k and 20k. Okay, so if I click on this again, it gives me that information, and it also doesn't matter where you drop it, but it's essential that you drop it closer to the component that that directive affects. Is serving as kind of self-documentation for other people who will look at your schematic so they understand what's going on in there. So I'm going to take it once again. So what I'm saying is that we want to know what the V out is going to be if we change R2 to be 10k and then 15k and then 20k. Without using this .step directive, what would happen is we would have to manually change this param, simulate, and then look at the plot. But because we are using .step here, LTSpice is actually going to simulate this circuit 1, 2, 3 times. First one is going to use 10k for R2 to do the transient analysis. Secondly, is going to use 15k, and lastly is going to use 20k, and it will plot all of these on the scope for you. All right, so let's simulate this, and there is no problem, so it means everything is working nicely. So I'm gonna probe out here, and boom, you can see that okay, you are seeing 3 lines, and one is showing this value here. By the way, you can just click, and then as you drag it, it will be telling you the time and the value that you are reading, so on the horizontal and also on the vertical. At this point it doesn't really matter because they are straight lines, right? But I can see that this one, if I hover over it, it says 1, and then this one, so you can also use your arrow keys to switch. So if I switch and I hover, you see, and then I switch and I hover, and this, but it's hard to tell which of these lines are for which of the values that we specified, right? So that is where you can right click and you go to notes and annotations, and then you say annotate steps. So it's gonna give you sort of like a legend in the plot so that you can match the colors, right? So I can look at it and know that the red one is for when R2 was 20k, and that is almost 4 volt, and that makes sense. If I have a voltage divider and the first resistor is 5k and the second one is 20k, then the 20k will have to drop most of the voltage across it, right? And then the blue one is for when R2 is 15k, so it's reading around 3 something close to 3.7, right? But I can also select it and I can see that it is 3.75, and then the yellow one is for when R2 is 10K. So I believe by now you are beginning to see the power of LTSpice. And just to bust your bubble, we haven't scratched the surface of LTSpice yet, but we have to build a stronger foundation by taking baby steps. So even this step directive, without any pun intended, is actually a baby step. Nonetheless, I believe you have learned something that is going to help you to maintain one circuit schematic and simulate it for different values. Thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you in the next video.